Blessings, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode, and in this one, we're going to talk about Magee. Now, as most of you are aware, he's not a part of the recently announced Reggae Boys squad. And as a matter of fact, news broke yesterday that he will be joining Mount Pleasant Academy. Now, Mount Pleasant, they've been doing good work in the Jamaican Premier League over the last couple of years, and whether or not that will be the case with Magee, it's yet to be seen. But I can say straight off the bat that this seems like a good move. Now, last season when Magee joined Veer, I know there were a lot of people questioning that move. And as far as YouTube goes, there are a lot of YouTubers as well who were questioning the partnership with Magee and Craig Butler. It has been touted, or it has been said, different parts of the space that Craig Butler basically tricked the youngster. And there were some instances where when pressed about it, we received information that, quite frankly, Magee had pre-contract agreements with clubs in Europe, and this was coming from Craig Butler's camp. Now, fast forward to 2025, going into 2026, Veer United looks, well, they're going to be playing in the lower division next season, and Magee is yet to earn that move, or is yet to sign pen to paper for that contract that was spoken about last season. Now, where did it go wrong? So many places I could start, but for one, I think Magee winning the USL in the United States with Colorado Switchbacks and coming back to Jamaica to play for Veer United, that move didn't make sense for me. And it's always something that I have concerns about, because when I look at some of the best footballers that Jamaica has to offer, especially the youngsters playing schoolboy football, and seeing that when they're getting the moves to go play in the United States, they're playing in the USL, I've always been iffy about it. And in recent years in particular, I find that players who are playing the local Premier League, they've had basically a clearer path to the Jamaican senior team in comparison to those in the USL. Don't get me wrong, the USL is still quality, but as far as the fans go, if you want the fans to get on your side, if you want the fans to make a case for you playing in the Jamaican national team, you need to be playing in the Jamaican Premier League right now. So is it still worth it to go to the United States and play in the USL? I think for each person it may very well be different, because as young footballers, they have different ambitions, they have different aspirations. For those who want to play and to represent Jamaica at major tournaments like the Gold Cups and the World Cups of this world, I think right now, as of now, I think staying in the local Premier League would be better for them. And we've seen time and time again, top footballers that Jamaica has produced, they've come back to Jamaica to basically rediscover their form, to rediscover themselves, their identity, and quite frankly, it has earned them subsequent moves, but it has earned them spots in the Jamaican national team. But back to Magee, he will be playing in the St. Anne-based Mount Pleasant Academy for the 2025-2026 season. And I think personally that this is, quite frankly, now the best decision that he could make. In kind of like a short reel that he posted on his social media page where he was training, he spoke about the mistakes that he has made. And I know over the past 12 months, that move to Veer would have been one of the biggest mistakes. And those who were calling it unicorn meat, and those who were saying this was utter rubbish, and that Magee was being tricked or hoodwinked by Craig Butler, I know, not even punch in the sky, because obviously I know we want the best for the player, but at the same time, these folks would have been saying, I told you so. And Magee, he would have been looking back and he would be regretting the last 12 months. I know every setback, as some people say, is basically setting the ground for a comeback, and we hope this comeback with Mount Pleasant Academy benefits him, because the World Cup is less than 12 months away, and if he is to get anywhere close to the Jamaican national team setup, he will need to be at his utmost best, and he will need to be not only getting those goals but getting the assists as well. Jamaica lacks creativity in the midfield. We have been calling for Ravel Morrison, they have been calling for Magee, but without him playing at the top level, without him playing competitively, not only the Jamaican Premier League, but overall, I don't see him getting anywhere close to this Steve McLaren squad. But overall, wonderful footballer. He has had a tricky 12 months moving from, as I said, USL winners back to the Jamaican Premier League to a team that relegated. If he moved there, all because of what he was promised. And I think as youngsters, young footballers in Jamaica in particular, I think they need to be very strategic with their decision making, because not all that glitters is gold, and what works for other players may very well not work for you. There are some partnerships that I know a lot of times we see them work out, the likes of Whisper and Leon Bailey. I know that these were the benchmarks that Tariq Magee used when he was listening to Craig Butler sell him the dream, and he was putting pen to paper in signing that contract or agreeing to terms to play for Vere last season. But looking back now, I know he would be kicking himself, because as I said, not all that works for one person may work for the other, and each individual, each footballer, they're unique in their own right, and as such they need to be very strategic with their decision making when it comes down to situations like these. Tariq Magee still very young though. He may not get the big move, the blockbuster move that a lot of us were expecting so many years ago when he was compared to the likes of David Silva at Manchester City, and he got the trials and everything went, well, everyone was talking about it. But quite frankly, I still think he has a lot left in the legs, and he still has a lot more to offer the Jamaican senior team and even local football as well. So I know folks in months and years from now, they'll be using Tariq Magee as an example of probably what not to do, and that is quite sad. But I hope the player bounces back from this, and I hope him joining Mount Pleasant Academy will be basically turning a new page in his footballing career, and it will only go up from here. So having said all of that, I'm going to turn it over to you, the Halftime TV viewers and subscribers right now, because there are two questions that I want us to discuss in the comment section below. Do you think, and this is the first question, do you think it is still worth it for young footballers to go to the United States and to play in the USL if they have hopes of playing for the Jamaican national team? That's one. Now, right now, we have folks who are playing in the USL in the Jamaican squad. Don't get me wrong, right? But quite frankly, it seems even harder right now than it was a few years ago, primarily because of the quality of the local Premier League, and with teams like Mount Pleasant and Cavalier raising the bar, and we're seeing Arnett Gardens as well, Warner Brown recently coming up and kicking up rumpus with the senior national team. I think personally it is very difficult right now for USL players, but that's just my opinion. I'm turning it over to you to hear what your thoughts are on that particular question. And also, secondly, do you think there is a way back in the senior national team for Tariq Magee? Let's hear the answers to those, and let's continue the discussion below this video. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to Halftime TV if you have not yet done so. Have a fantastic week. Look out for the preview for the Jamaica versus Curacao game that's coming up, I think maybe tomorrow or the day after. But turn notification on. That way, as soon as we upload it, you are notified. Halftime TV here saying have a wonderful week. Until next time.